Hey, I'm Grant Knoche, and you're listening to Main Pod Girl.
Hey, welcome to Main Pod Girl, a podcast made by Popheads for Popheads. Every episode, we'll be diving into all kinds of pop culture topics with some of our favorite artists and music commentators. I'm your host, AJ Marks, and I'm so excited to introduce today's special guest. From being a Kids Bop kid and placing fourth on NBC's American Song Contest, to now working with Christina Aguilera, Adele, Twice, Jess Glynn, and Victoria Justice, this artist can do it all. Writing, producing, dancing, a bona fide pop boy, and one of my top artists of this year. His new mixtape, Good Luck Getting Over Me, is out now. It's Grant Knoche. First off, we have to talk about Autopilot, because I'm pretty sure I shouted it out on an episode earlier this year, but I think in that segment where we were talking about the music we're listening to, and I think it was like an Instagram reel or something, and that's like how I first learned about the song and how I first learned about you. I'm ashamed to admit this time last year I was not familiar with your game.
That's all good. That means we're doing something right over here, finding new people.
Absolutely. So I'd love to know more about the inception of the song and how it all started.
Yeah. So I released my last project, I Could Die Just Thinking of Us, in October of 2023. And then it was a weird thing because I released that album and then it came out, and there's all this, time of like building up to the release day and stuff. And then it came out and I was like, shit, what do I do next? Like, I have to come up with a whole new project and like keep going at this. And so then I took like a year and a half to start, writing new music and just trying to figure out what that next sound was going to be. And I thought I had it figured out. I had this other song that I was like, this is going to be the first single. This is going to be great. And I think some of the other writers on that song, I didn't really know totally, and they kind of pitched it to other artists at the same time. And then a big artist was like, oh, we want to try to cut this and see, how it goes. And I was like, dang it. I was like, I can't say no though. So I was like, all right. And I was like, maybe it's meant to be. Maybe that's not my song. Maybe I can, write something better and make, a better first kind of single with it. And so Autopilot was like the last song, really. One of the last songs I wrote for the project. And so I went in, like a couple days after I heard that news, I went into a session and I was like, so I think my lead single might get taken and I can't say no really. So let's try to beat something and make something better. And so that day we wrote Autopilot. And so I was like, honestly, it's funny listening back to the two now because I think Autopilot has more of like a vision and a creative behind it. And it feels like lots of dynamics and really fun in different parts. And like it, has like the dance break and just, it kind of felt like it was a little bit more molded to me, and what I wanted, which was really cool. So yeah, that's how it came to be.
I remember being so excited about that song and showing it to a friend of the pod, Jack Newsom, who was like, oh yeah, him. Grant, he's the best.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, small world. But
I know. I've written with him on some of my stuff on the last project, actually.
I love that. I love that so much. And real quick before we move on, like, did that song that was supposed to be the lead single, did that ever come to fruition or did that ever get released?
It will be.
Nice. Okay.
I can't say, but it will be.
But yeah, okay. So Autopilot, I feel like really kind of encapsulates at least everything that we've heard so far and kind of like the vision and the sound. I wasn't sure if it was one of those situations where you write one song and then that ends up being the inception point of the whole album,
right,
or if the situation where it's like the whole album was pretty much actualized or realized, so then you kind of could write the perfect kind of introduction for the listeners.
Well, the cool thing with that one, I think through that like year and a half of writing, I was also working on other stuff at the same time. And just kind of, I think it was cool because I could kind of shut off my artist brain for a second and go to other people's projects and just totally be like, okay, whatever goes, let's throw it at the wall.
Yeah.
And then, I might find something from that and be like, this is a really cool vibe. Like, let's kind of take that inspiration and bring it back, And I think with Autopilot, that was kind of that kind of song for me, where honestly, I ended up writing after that. I wrote Talk, another song called Stripped, which comes out pretty soon. I could go through the list of them. There's some that are after that, that kind of were inspired from it.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it was cool because
So
I
it
don't
did
know,
bit of both, right?
a
Like it
little bit of
was
both. Yeah.
okay, cool.
I think at the time when I wrote Autopilot, we were just like, okay, let's find the first single and then go from there. And I
Mm,
had already had like, I don't know, a playlist of 30 to 40 different songs, but I think it's at this point where you're like, I'm just writing and you don't really know what's going to be on the album or like what you want for it.
yeah.
And so Autopilot was kind of like, okay, this solidifies like the route we're going. Now let's take the ones that we really like the most and kind of like put them around that.
Yeah, I love that. So do you consider Good Luck Getting Over Me to be the debut? Because I assumed it was I Could Die Just Thinking of Us, but
Mhm.
I wasn't sure because there was an
Yeah.
interview you did where you referred to it as an EP. So
Yeah,
how do
there's
you see it?
that's a good question. People have asked me this and I'm like, I don't know. Because with with I Could Die Just Thinking of Us, I don't know. I've always wanted my debut album to be like my debut album with like, big backing
Right.
behind it and just like that big rollout with everything.
Mhm.
And so maybe I'll save that title for that day still. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I feel like, technically I guess it really is a debut album because even with I Could Die Just Thinking of Us, I was saying EP, but then there's like 12 songs on it. So I'm like, this
Yeah.
isn't really an EP. But yeah, I've kind of been saying project at times, and then I say album. So it's whatever you want it to be.
Mixtape works too, I
Mixtape, I
guess.
like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
because that can be as long as you want it to be, and it's still like it's not album territory. But
Hmm.
I think I know what you mean. Like, I mean, that's been the running joke with what was it Kim Petras, where she's had like six debut albums, and it's
Yeah.
not the debut until it's the actual debut album.
Yeah, right.
But and like Selena Gomez too, I think had that a couple times
Hmm.
of like false starts with the debut. I think I totally understand what you mean because I also hold that like debut album idea is like it's so cherished. It's like it's
I
your
know.
introduction to the world, and everything else feels like a ramp up to it. But it's scary when you get close to okay, could this be my debut album? And then you're like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Like
Yeah.
emotionally, I like I'm only this age. I'm only this far in my career. Like I don't know if I'm ready to like have this be like the big mark. But then
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
things get released and then popularized later, like Chapel Roan. So it's, you
Totally.
know, it's interesting how these things work and what might end up, this might not be your debut album when you release it, but it might be your debut album
That's yeah.
in a year or so when you're like, oh, actually, that was
That
definitely the
was it.
debut.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a state of mind.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I remember the first time I saw you dancing to Autopilot on stage, and I was genuinely like, "What the fuck? This is
Yeah.
insane." And
Thank
I know
you.
you have ballads too, but I was wondering how much dancing and being able to dance to a song factored into either the production process when you're making them, or what you end up choosing for singles. Like, is it
Yeah,
important to you to have something that not only people can dance to, but that you can dance to when you're
for
presenting
sure.
it?
For sure. Yeah. I think like I started dancing when I was 7 and did like
Mm,
jazz, tap, ballet, lyrical hip hop, like contemporary, everything. My favorite was lyrical, so that's why I really
mm,
got into ballads and piano and Adele and stuff. But you know, from dancing at a young age, I feel like in my production I've been able to kind of base it around dance a lot and like the
mhm.
musicality and rhythm and everything. And I think for this album, I this project or mixtape, I
It's all of the
yeah,
above.
it's all the above. Everything I say works. I just really wanted this mixtape to be a really like upbeat dance kind of, project really. So I just needed it
Yeah.
like any song that I wrote with it. And there's some that are like a mid-tempo, but it still
Mm,
inspires some sort of groove or movement to it.
yeah.
And in I Could I Just Thinking of Us, there was a mix of there's like upbeats and then there's like the ballads and then the slow ones and stuff. There's a lot more, I think, like slow ballads and vulnerability and like the heartbreak
Mhm.
and kind of stuff in it. And this one, Good Luck Getting Over Me is kind of says it in the title a little bit. It's just a very confident, like, Good Luck Getting Over Me. It's just like, dancing and it just has that party kind of element to it, and kind of
Yeah.
that post breakup, you know, fuck you kind of energy to it, really.
It's like the post breakup like chaos of like
Yeah.
I've got nothing to lose now, so I'm just gonna be
Totally.
wild. Yeah.
Totally.
And I love that. I think one of my favorite things about your music is that you're so involved in the production side of things. You're originating a
Yeah.
lot of the ideas from your head, and there. If correct me if I'm wrong. I think there are more than half of your songs, or most of your songs, you produce fully yourself.
Yeah, yeah, all of them.
All of them. There
Mhm.
you go. I've had songs where it's like I come up with like one little line and I'm like, oh, that's like the start of a song. And then I'll get in the session and
Yeah.
someone's like, that line should be the whole chorus. I'm like, okay, so that
Yeah.
one little voice recording like, is the whole song,
Yeah.
basically.
I have another song,
Mhm.
Mr. Independent, that I did, and that
Yeah.
whole song, like I have a voice memo. I don't know if it's, I think I could find it somewhere, but I came up with it in the shower, like the chorus for it. And I dun 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 dun, and I just started like Mr. Independent in the shower, and then I came out and recorded it, and I was like, I
Mm,
like this, and I went downstairs and just like produced it out and did like a little demo of it. But yeah, it's always like you'll go through and you're like, wow, there's so many choruses or different,
mm.
cool ideas that you can pull from for sure.
For me, it was like in the heat of that, in that moment of writing songs, every chance I got, it was like every time I went into the shower, if I wasn't playing music, I was singing a melody, and then you come up with like the melody for the chorus and the verse, and then you're like, and
Yeah.
this is what the bridge, and then you're like, oh shoot, I forget what the verse is. So
Yeah.
it's
You got to go
yeah,
back
and it's the
and
worst because you like can't like keep leaving the shower to record and then coming
literally.
back in. But I
Yeah.
think what it is like it's like the reason people say like you have your best thoughts when you're in the shower is because that's when you're alone, right? That's when you
Mhm.
are not like constantly consuming content because I feel like we're constantly, you know, receiving information, and those are the times where you're just like staring at a wall otherwise.
Totally. Yeah.
Same thing with walking.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
was I was just gonna say that I realized the other day I didn't. I mean, I knew that I did this, but I kind of put it all together. I feel like anytime I'm in the car, anywhere that I go, like I have to be listening to something. I
Mm,
like a podcast or music or something. There's some times where I'm like just in, silence thinking, but like
yeah.
most of the time, I kind of realized I'm like, I feel like my brain is so ADD and different stuff that music calms me. Like it gives me something that
Mm,
I'm like, okay, like I can get into, I don't know what it does. It calms my brain. And I think like all the time I'm like beatboxing or coming up with different melodies. So I'll just be like singing random melody stuff and making up songs randomly, just singing it wherever. And I've even done, I start doing it. If someone says something, they're like, oh, I need to grab my phone. I'm like, I need to grab my phone. Ah, da, 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 da. Like I start going and doing
yeah.
some like, and I'm like, why did I do that? Like it's almost like a weird stimming kind of thing that I do sometimes. But it's funny because then I end up going like, ooh, I like that. Let me get my phone to record some.
Yeah. Or
But
even
yeah,
if you don't record it in the moment, later on,
yeah.
you'll remember that and you'll be like, oh, wow, if I'm remembering that now,
Hmm.
if I'm remembering that melody a day later, I got to record it
Must be
because,
good. Yeah,
yeah, it must be good.
yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's why I resonate with your music so much is because a lot of the songs are so mindful of showcasing the production, and that's what I
Thanks.
look for first in a song. Like my
Really?
mind used to be lyrics,
Uh-huh.
right? When I was doing musical theater and growing up and stuff, and then it moved to when I was more of a songwriter for other
Hmm.
artists. I was like focusing on like the melodies, and now
Yeah.
even though a lot of it's the melody, it's now mostly like production because that's the part that I find the most fascinating. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah. It's funny. I think I'm the same. I mean, I've always kind of listened to production stuff first, and then,
mhm.
I've met people that they're like, "What are the lyrics?" I'm like, "But the production, though."
Yeah,
Like, what are we?
exactly. Or
But
someone's like, "Oh, I hate that song because of the lyrics." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even notice the
yeah, I'm
lyrics."
like,
I'm
that's
like,
yeah,
"What's it about?"
the cool bass line under it. What do you mean? Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, my
but
favorite song. What's that actually about? I don't know.
yeah, but I feel like there's times like there's different types of songs that it like definitely
Mm,
calls for different
yeah.
ears. Like autopilot to me is like more of a production and just the energy and the vibe kind of thing to it.
Yeah.
And definitely I think the lyrics are really fun and cool with it. But yeah, like even like the dance breakdown at the end, like I just had so much fun kind of making that and going, doing
Yeah,
the production
totally.
side. But yeah.
What is your favorite production tool at the moment?
Ooh. I used to not use it that much, but I've been using Serum 2 a lot recently and
Oh,
kind of,
okay.
I've been finding different presets online and putting those in and playing with them and, just working around them and stuff. But oddly, like there's a lot on there. There's a lot of like really hard kind of like dubsteppy kind
Hmm.
of sounds and everything. And I've always loved dubstep and everything. So like taking that and like lightening it up or using it in a cool way that I can use it in a pop song is pretty fun to
Yeah.
me.
Like using it in a 2025 way kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, rather than like
Yeah.
wah 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 wah, like not like Stone Skrillex. But
Yeah, we had a couple of years of that. I remember.
yeah,
And yeah, and the visual direction for your project is also top notch. Not to just shower
thanks.
you with compliments, but I think it pairs. Do you know Michael Madrano? It's kind
Don't.
of like his kind of sleaze with some main pop boy polish. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Cool.
So it kind of has like the two kind of going for it, which is nice. And the
Cool.
single art for Movie Star is incredible. The music video for
Thanks.
Talk is a particular favorite of mine.
Really?
Oh
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah. I like
thanks.
how it's like it doesn't need to be like with the biggest visual effects and
Mhm.
the biggest budget and the most like celebrity cameos to be like just a really effective music video
Yeah.
for like the song. Like it just felt like it was visually interesting. There was a lot of things going on in it. And it had that energy because of the strobing. It like had that energy of like that the song gives you. You know,
Yeah.
it's like the defibrillator. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that is kind of how it feels
I
with the
love that.
song.
I love
So
that. It's funny because that song was or that music video, we originally
mhm.
started like we're just let's just go film some like Instagram reels and see how it goes, just for
Yeah.
vertical stuff. And I asked all my friends to come in and then we started filming it and I was like, wait, like because we were already filming in horizontally and stuff and I was like
Yeah.
I could totally just make this a video if we filmed the whole take. And so we ended up doing that and after I was like, all right, let's edit
Whoa.
it together. I edited it together and then you know made it work. But yeah, that's why I was like
Oh
that's cool to
shit.
hear that you liked it because it really
Yeah.
wasn't ever supposed to be a video, but then I made it into it and I was like, this works, this is cool.
Oh, I'm gonna have to rewatch it now with
Yeah.
that context.
Hmm.
That's sick. Whoa, that's very creative.
Yeah,
The good side of content, I guess.
totally, totally.
Small content leading to big content for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have a clear vision for the visuals usually when making these songs, or does that come later?
Mm.
Whether it's like the album artwork or the single art.
Yeah. Um, I would say like when I'm producing it and working on the song,
Hmm.
again back from like the dancing stuff, I definitely have like a idea of where I kind of want it to go and like the vibe that it
Hmm.
gives me. So
Yeah.
I think when it comes down to like solidifying what those visuals are, it's just like trying to figure out like what keeps the integrity of the song and just heightens that vibe that I wanted in the first place, from the
Yeah.
song. But also it's like, a lot of the visuals that I've done is with his name's Devin Diger. He's also my manager, but he does, like photography and different stuff. We just plan a lot of different visuals together. So it's always cool because it's like, I'll write the song, do that stuff, send it to him
Hmm.
after, and then we'll come together and be like, okay, where do we see this kind of going,
Nice.
and like play with different visual ideas and, scour online and just find, different inspiration and stuff and then take it from there.
Yeah, 'cause the thing that's always fascinating to me is knowing like the chicken or the egg, like
Yeah.
is it the visual that inspires the song? Because
Uh-huh.
there are some artists like that. I've been like that a couple times, and then but then there are also like songs that are songs, and you're
Hmm.
thinking about the production, you're thinking about the dancing, you're thinking about the general direction, and then
Totally.
you get to add on a new layer of context, a new layer of like how to experience the song, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Totally.
So visuals, dancing, producing, like as a prime example of why we need a new main pop boy. What are your thoughts on the drought we've had for the past couple of years?
I think we're ready for someone new, is
I
what
think
I'm
so
thinking.
too. Yeah, I mean every male pop star now has to have like a caveat of like they're also dipping their toe into this genre or
Yeah.
they're also dipping, or they're also like this form or that form, but I feel like we need like a back to basics kind of like,
Yeah.
Usher
I
or
think
Justin
so.
Timberlake kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't at least in pop, I don't think there's any really big Male pop artists right now. I mean, I know there's a, obviously like a
Yeah.
ton, but like when you say that, like not
Mhm.
specific ones come to mind right away.
Yeah.
And like a lot of different ones, like, I guess Justin Bieber now because he's just did the two albums, but like, 2 months ago, I was kind of like, I feel like everyone's gone to country or done something like different away from pop because they were in that category, you know?
I feel like the last big one we had was Lil Nas X,
Yeah,
but he's stepped away for a bit, and now
totally.
we're, for various things, and now
Yeah.
we're kind of in a little bit of a drought here. So
Yeah.
yeah,
There's a lot of great female artists for pop and stuff that are like so good stuff,
totally.
but I'm like, we need the male guy. Where is he?
Yeah, we're the boys.
Yeah.
So this is we're gonna play a little hypothetical scenario game here on
Mhm.
Main Pod Girl called Call DM Block. So
Okay.
Grant, I'm gonna give you three celebrities, and you're gonna have to call one, DM one, and block one.
Okay.
And the theme for this, right? Because we're talking about pop boy visibility, but the theme for this is also bi male visibility.
Right.
Because I'm also bisexual and male, and
Love it.
I was thinking there are not that many. And after I googled it too, there are really not that many celebrities that are like openly bi and I guess
Yeah.
openly male. So
Yeah.
crazy. So the three that you're gonna have to choose whether to call, DM, or block is going to be Billy Joe Armstrong,
Okay.
Frank Ocean,
Okay.
and curveball here, Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
So choose one to call, one to DM, one to block. This is all hypothetical, of course.
Okay. I'm gonna say call Frank Ocean. I think that'd be a really
Okay.
neat call.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just like to music and picking his brain and what he's up to.
Hmm.
Where's new music at? Give
Yeah.
it to us. Like, what happened at Coachella? No, I'm kidding. Um, and then I would say DM Billy Joel Armstrong, and
Hmm.
then I would block Christopher Walken. I think. I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your opening line for Billy Joe Armstrong? Like what are you sending first?
Oh gosh. This is I don't know. I do not know. I'm always weird with like first DMs or texts. It's the weirdest
Hmm.
thing to be like, "Hey," I probably just be like, "Hey, love your music," or love your stuff or
Hey
whatever.
King.
Yeah, hey, or like that's kind of what I say when I reach out to people sometimes, but yeah, hey King. Yeah. I don't know. I have to set on some different DMs before I send it. I'm like, is this cool? Does this feel natural, or am I just saying like something, hey King, like I wouldn't probably, I don't know.
I don't think anyone knows what to say when starting out, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
especially if you like don't know the person yet. But I feel like in this industry, you kind of have to just go for it
Yeah.
every
It's funny
time.
though, like when there's people
Mhm.
like in the past that I've DM'd and then now I'm friends with them and then they're like, that first thing you said to me, and I'm like, I didn't know what I was, or like stuff
Yes,
like that. They call it
yes.
back and I'm like, yeah,
You're like, oh, we were so young back then. We
I
had no
know.
idea.
Like 2 weeks ago we were so young.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, they're calling you up on it like immediately.
No,
They're
no.
like, by the way, 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago when we met, that was weird. Okay, so I have another game for us.
Okay.
This is Popheads Gone Viral. So nowadays, so many older songs are going viral and even climbing into the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some songs that I think could go big in the charts once again and give
Okay.
you four different methods. And we're each going to pick our favorite for each song. So are you make
Methods.
yes, are you ready to make these songs go to the top?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's
Okay.
do it.
All right. I'll give you the four different methods first.
Okay.
So ways to make it go viral. The first is a Kesha remix. So a remix featuring Kesha.
Okay.
The next is a karaoke cover. So Kelly Clarkson covers it on her show.
Okay.
The third is a lip sync for your life that goes viral.
Okay.
And then the fourth is sampled in the new Charlie XCX single.
Oh, that's cool.
So, first song, Bulletproof by LaRue. Is this getting a Kesha remix, a karaoke cover, lip sync for your life, or sampled in the new Charlie XCX single?
I was gonna say, I feel like karaoke cover would be really interesting.
Mm,
Like if she did like a ballad version of it or like spun it in a different way, I feel like people would be
yeah.
like and like belted and made it really amazing. I feel like people would be like, that was really creative and really cool, you know?
LaRue would never be able to sing it ever again because you know that Kelly
Oh,
Clarkson curse of just when she starts singing a song,
okay,
then
maybe a
it
Charlie
belongs to
XCX song would
her.
be cool then. That would be really cool because then it'd be like performing it together. That'd be cool.
Oh, I
You know?
could totally see that. And then yeah, it's like sampled in the song, but then they're in the music video too.
Yep.
I think LaRue broke
Little
up, but
cameos.
at least one of them is in the music video,
Uh-huh.
and then they're doing it together. I feel like that would be sick.
That would be cool.
So I'll go with Charlie XCX single. Is that
Charlie
what
would
you're
be a
going
cool
with?
one. Yeah. I
All
think that'd be
right.
interesting.
The next one is Judas by Lady Gaga.
Ooh.
Is that getting a Kesha remix, karaoke cover, lip sync for your life, or sampled in the new Charlie XCX
Lip sync for
single?
your life.
Lip sync for your life.
Yes, yes.
I could totally see that. Yeah, I don't think Kelly would do this song.
If she did again, it might be a cool spin ballad or something that,
Yeah, I think lip sync for your life is a good
Sing for Your
one.
Life might be where we're at.
Yeah, I can't imagine Kesha on this either. Okay, so yeah, cool. That's the one for this. And then the next one is Can't Get You Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue. So is
Oh,
that Kesha remix, karaoke cover, lip sync for your life, or sampled in the new Charlie
I feel
XCX
like a
single?
Kesha cover could maybe do this.
Yeah, I could totally see that. I'm gonna go with karaoke cover if she hasn't covered it
Karaoke.
already,
Okay.
because I feel like I want that on Spotify. You know, how she like released
Oh,
like 8 songs on Spotify
yep.
of karaoke or whatever. She needs to do that for every song that she does because
Yeah,
they're
she
all so
should.
good.
She should.
Or at
She
least the
should do it and be
Chaperone
like, it's out
EP.
now. Yeah.
Yes, at least the Chaperone EP because she's covered like what 5 or 6 of those
Mhm.
songs. And then last but not least,
Okay.
Diva by Beyonce.
So is my only option a karaoke cover?
No. You can pick whatever still. You can
Oh,
pick again. So
okay.
Diva by Beyonce, Kesha remix, karaoke cover, lip sync for your life, or sampled in the new Charlie XCX single.
What are you thinking?
I feel like lip sync for your life is the obvious,
Uh-huh.
right? And I feel like karaoke may not work because it's not like a vocal song. I'm gonna say Kesha remix.
Kesha remix? I'll agree with you on that.
Diva is a
Yeah, because
virgin. Yeah, I could see that.
I think it'd
It'd be
work.
kind of yeah. It would be a little strange, but I could totally see it working. And I think Beyonce and Kesha making a song together is something that no one has ever said out loud.
Yeah. I think
No
that'd
one
be
was
an
asking for it, but
interesting pairing. That'd be cool. Let's
but
go
I
with
could
Kesha.
totally see
I
it.
think Kesha.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And now we've come to the last part of the show, which is our top 5. So this is where we list our
Okay.
top 5 of a certain category. And this episode's theme is our top 5 Adele songs.
Oh. Oh goodness.
So,
When I would used to drive from Dallas, Texas to LA with my dad, and in his
yeah.
truck, I don't think his radio wasn't working for that whole year or
Mhm.
something. So this 24-hour drive that we would have, we only had an Adele CD, and I was like loving it. It was my favorite thing. But we would just listen to Adele on repeat all the time. It was 25 that we'd listen to.
Oh, wow. I'll go first.
Okay,
Number 5 for me is Skyfall. I love the
that's a good
chords
one.
in that one. Oh,
Yeah,
I love the chords in that one. And it's just so beautifully done. I feel like it's the peak James Bond theme. Like it
yeah,
is like the James Bond theme. But because she's Adele, it's only number 5. Because she has better songs.
that's funny.
Number 4 is Turning Tables.
Yep.
I just something about the chords in that, like the opening like arpeggiated piano chords. It's like it's so simple and like everyone's
Hmm.
written a song like that, but it really hits you in the way that it's recorded and the way that it sounds in the mix. It's perfect for like a sync. I feel like it's begging for like some sort of like
Yeah,
when someone has a memory goes did it did it did it and
totally.
then it
Yeah,
goes over to a new scene.
yeah.
So that's my number 4. Number 3 is Send My Love to Your New Lover.
Okay.
And I like this one and I included it instead of the other 25 tracks because
I'm surprised that's above the last two.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's like it stands out in her discography,
That's
and I think
true.
that's
That
why I
is
like it
true.
so much because it's a Max Martin
Hmm.
song with Adele. I just feel like that's so like interesting and like unexpected, and
Yeah.
so I want to put that as my number
There's
three.
another one they did on this last one.
Oh right, what's it called?
Can I Get It is the other one.
Yes, Can I Get It? And number two is from 30. It's Easy on Me.
Easy on
This
Me?
to
Okay.
me, yeah. So 21 is the album I'm the most nostalgic for, and
Okay.
song is basically like from 21. Like it's from
Yeah,
30, but it's basically from 21.
totally.
Sounds just like a deep cut from that album, which is I
Yeah.
think why I liked it the most. And the number one is Take It All.
Take It All?
Take It All,
Really?
which is a deep cut from, or I guess can Adele have deep cuts when she only has like four albums, but
Yeah,
it's a deep
right?
cut from 21, which I just really love the back half of that album. So that's gonna be my number one.
Okay, okay. Let me see. There is a song from, I think it was on, was it 25, I think? Let me find it really quick because it's an incredible song. It was on the Target exclusive edition of 25, I think.
Oh,
And I'm blanking on the name, but I absolutely love it. It's Can't Let Go. Have you heard that song?
yes, yeah.
I
That's written with Linda Perry and produced by
really?
Linda Perry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I that's a great one. I don't know if it's gonna be on my top five, but I just
Okay.
remembered it when you were saying deep
TBD.
cut, and I was like, oh, I love that one.
Oh shoot, I forgot All I Ask. I didn't consider that
Oh,
one.
dang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's a
Grammys
good one.
performance of that one kind of soured it for me a little bit because every time I think of that song, I think of her cracking.
Oh, oh
I
God.
know, and it's so bad because I really do love that song, and I love like Bruno Mars. The Bruno Mars co-write is just like
Yeah,
genius, but
really cool.
oh, they need a song together, like a duet. I would just
That
die
would
for
be
that.
sick. That would be really cool.
I'll give you a second to formulate your list.
Yeah, man, you're making this hard. This is crazy.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna have six. I'm sorry.
go for it. Go for it.
In sixth, we're gonna put "I Found a Boy." Do you know that song by her?
Oh yes, I found a boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, so good.
that feel. And it's weird. I'm looking online and it says it's on 21, but when I look on Spotify, it's not on there.
Yeah, it's on the UK version, I think.
Really? Wow. Yeah, no, I've always loved that one. I remember when I was like, I don't know, I was maybe 10 or something or 9 and I
Mm.
found it on YouTube. I remember just like learning it off like the karaoke version online and I would go and sit and sing it and everything. I love that song. So I'm gonna say six is I Found a Boy, and then we're gonna say five is To Be Loved.
To be loved.
I
Okay.
think off of her last one, yeah, of
Yeah.
30. It was really good, crazy. And that video of her doing it before it came out, did you see that? Like the
No.
video, it was a video of her. She recorded it off of her laptop, it looks like her Mac, and she's just sitting on the couch. You can see the pianist in the back, and he's like
Hmm.
starts playing it, and it is like it sounds like the recording. It is so good. And the coolest part, I think, is that like her Mac mic is
Hmm.
like just clipping really badly in different parts. And so she's just like wailing of singing. Like it's just amazing. And it's like
Oh.
like at different parts because it's
Ah,
like it's so loud, but
I
it's
can't
just
take the Adele.
no, I know, right? But I was like, and then she gets done and she's like, I think there was a better one. And you're like, oh my gosh, it was so good. There's no way there's a better one. Um,
Uh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
And then, okay, so To Be Loved. And then I'm going to
Okay.
say One and Only is a good
One and
one.
only.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that almost made my list. That would have been my number six, I think.
You're number six?
Yeah, I think so. Because again, it's that back half of 21. It just has so many like real
Hmm.
gems in there. Like I think it's what it was with 21. It's so good. It's like American songbook good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like every song could be a classic, but the singles for the most part for me have been like overplayed, so I think I really
Mhm.
just start to cherish those like songs that like no one else seems
Yeah.
to play. So
Yeah,
one and
totally.
Only, big one there. Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah. I love You're Turning Tables too and like Set Fire and
Mm.
stuff. I'm just gonna put that out there because I do love those. But I'm gonna say next is I said I found a boy to be loved, one and only. I'm gonna say Remedy. No, I'm gonna say Love in the Dark is what I'm gonna say.
Love in the Dark.
Love in the Dark.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good one. And then this is hard because I don't feel like either of these two are my all-time favorite ones, so I'm kind of in a
Wait,
but
are we on the top two now?
yeah, the top two.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's also the thing for me where it's like I feel like Take It All is not my like number one. Or like if but I like I don't if it's not that, I don't know what it is, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a lot of S tier songs.
I know. She's so good. Okay, I'm gonna say Remedy,
Is
and
number
then
two?
is number two,
Nice.
and then
And
When We Were
then
Young, we'll do for number one.
oh, okay, that's a really good number one
That's a
though.
good number one.
That's really good. I was so close to putting on that on my list, and I again I really love it. A little bit of it is like a little overplayed for me just
Uh-huh.
because I heard it a lot when the album came out.
Yeah.
Not as much now, which is nice, but I think structurally it's probably
Yeah.
her best song.
Yeah. It's so cool. It's weird because so I went for my 21st birthday, I went to her Vegas show and it was
Stop.
incredible. It was so good. It was so good.
Oh.
I think three songs, maybe the second song or the third song, she did Easy on Me. And
Mhm.
I had never had like I was like super excited when that song came out, love the song, but I never
Mhm.
had like a really emotional like connection to it. And when I
Mhm.
was sitting there listening to her sing it, I started bawling my eyes at the show because I was just like, this was such a full circle moment. Like she's literally the person that made me start music ever because just
Wow.
hearing her voice and her, emotion through the speakers and stuff and like the piano and like loving to dance to it and everything, like I would go home and I'd have a little keyboard in my room and start like learning all her songs. And then I
Uh-huh.
finally, after my parents could, see I was playing piano, I got like a baby grand piano. And then when they'd leave and go on date nights, I would like, play her songs and be singing them and stuff. And so from there, then I got, way more into, pop music and everything. But I remember also like watching the Grammys and she
Mhm.
won a Grammy and she went up and started talking. I go, she's British? What? I didn't know. I was like nine
No,
years
I
old or
didn't
something.
either.
Yeah.
I didn't either because that also it's like to be that British too. Like
Mhm.
she's got a thick accent and she just
Yeah,
and it's like a big part of her personality, but
totally.
it's not necessarily what you would expect just listening to her music, which
For
I think is the
sure.
best part. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but so I love her so much. She's so good. But yeah, I was bawling my eyes out at the show. But yeah, it was just a really cool full circle moment, from her. So
I love that. I wouldn't expect necessarily from listening to like if I were to listen to like a handful of your most popular songs,
yeah,
I don't think I would necessarily expect that like Adele is what got you into music,
music.
into playing
Yeah,
music. But that's like really cool, and you
yeah,
can kind of see it a little bit more in the ballads and like,
yeah.
a little bit more of that influence. But
Like I loved love Adele, and then
mhm,
loved I've always loved pop music, but then I got into like dubstep and EDM and like dance
mhm,
music and stuff like that.
yeah,
And so I feel like my stuff's like a baby of those a little bit in a way, like
yeah,
dark popish and like some different songs have like there's even kind of like, kind of chords underneath sometimes that kind of make you feel a little vulnerable or heart, like pull your heartstrings a little bit in a way, or
yes.
try to do that. But then yeah, like definitely like ballads. Like I have a song called Amnesia that is not out yet, but I'm so excited about it. It's like a full ballad. And to where I was like, I want to send this to Adele. Like she would do so well on it. But yeah,
I'm really
I'm just
excited for that now.
yeah, I'm excited
Yes,
for it.
because as we're recording this, it's not out yet, but
No,
it will be out.
it will be out, and
It
yeah,
will
it'll
be
be
out by the
coming
time
out.
you're listening to this. So,
No, not back. It's not on
oh,
this album. It's even further out. But
oh,
yeah,
okay, all
yeah.
right. Good to the next mixtape
The next mixtape. Yeah, yeah,
or the sophomore album. Who
yeah.
knows?
Right. We'll see.
Well, thank you so much, Grant, for joining
Yeah.
me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is so great. This is awesome.
Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to Noah for the theme music. Thank you to Chris for editing this episode. Make sure to rate and review us on whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on right now. Bye, y'all.